Rachel, how's your day?
Hey Ross. My day was actually pretty terrible.
Why?
Well, it started off where I got called into work, and I'm not supposed to work on Wednesdays because I have class until 4 o'clock. And I had to go to work at 4:30, so I already knew that I was going to be in a rush, and I get very anxious when I'm in a rush. So I'm on my way to work, already feeling anxious, and then I get stuck behind a train. So then I was just kind of irritated by that. I get to work, I get yelled at for being late, even though I wasn't even supposed to work. And then I get demanded to close, which is an extra 3 hours on a shift that I wasn't even supposed to have in the first place. So then I'm pissed about that. And then I go to my first table of the night, and they sent their steak back 4 times, even though, because apparently I messed up with their steak, even though I don't make their steak, but whatever. So then I got yelled at for that, so then I'm already feeling upset because, again, wasn't even supposed to be here in the first place. And then the table after them, they were all deaf. And it's not very easy to communicate with deaf people, especially if you're kind of already anxious and feeling upset from everything else throughout the day. So, yeah, it was just kind of a mess. But
Wow. Rachel, it sounds to me like you had a really hard day, and I can really tell. So I'm really sorry you had a bad day. Is there anything I can do to make you feel better?
no, I'm okay. Thank you for listening. That's all I really needed.
You're welcome. I'm here anytime.
Thank you.
Rachel, can I talk to you about something that's been on my mind?
Yeah, absolutely. What's up?
Okay, so this has been on my mind like steadily for the last like 3 years, but it's really grown this year quite a bit. So ever since I've been a freshman, I really haven't known what I wanted to study or what I wanted to do after college. And now being a senior, I still don't know what I want to do, believe it or not. And it's been like a really big stress in my life lately because, as I'm approaching graduation, as I'm getting closer and closer to it, the months and the days and the hours are counting down, it's becoming a big stress on my shoulders. And I just wanted to talk to you about it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm studying communication in Spanish, and I decided to go really broad because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, like I said. But now that graduation is getting closer and I have to actually narrow it down to something, it's really building. The stress is really building. So, I mean, I could see myself going into like business or like ministry or like coaching or like something like that, but I just don't know quite what to do. And with my Spanish, I'm pretty confident in my Spanish, but now that graduation is getting closer, I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to speak in a job interview. I'm scared that I'm not really going to be able to like prove it to these people, and I just really don't know what to do. I'm just kind of stressed out.
Well, it sounds, I mean, from what you've said, it kind of sounds like, you kind of have known that you haven't been sure you wanted to do, but, you have freshman year, sophomore year, and in that moment, senior year seems so far away, but, like, now it's here, and that's kind of scary to think about. And it also seems as though, you kind of had this mindset of, taking a big major, like, broad, so you kind of have all these options, but now, well, the time's come that you actually kind of have to choose one, and that can be very overwhelming. And so I understand that. And in terms of your Spanish, it sounds like you're kind of afraid that, yeah, you've been studying all this, but you're kind of second guessing it because it's becoming more and more real. And I don't think you should. You've worked hard, and I think, God has a plan, and you're going to do great whatever you do.
Rachel, you really hit the nail on the head right there. I think hearing my thoughts back to myself really kind of helped me clear them a little bit, and kind of like venting to someone really helped me kind of clear my mind a little bit too. So thank you so much for listening to me.
Of course, I'm always here. Ross, do you mind if I talk to you about something that's kind of like really been frustrating me?
No, please do. I'm all ears.
Okay, so I came to Hope College with the intentions of like strengthening my faith, which has happened, absolutely. But more often than not lately, I feel like I've been exposed to that whole like side of hypocrisy that, non-Christians like talk about. And I've heard about that before, but I've never really experienced it. And it's just kind of like making me really upset lately.
Rachel, can you give me like a specific example of when you experienced hypocrisy or like maybe something this week?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the thing that kind of triggered this was just last night. I am following one of my friends on Snapchat, and she had posted this video of her at this like raging party, drugs, alcohol, whatever. And she clearly was enjoying herself, which is her choice. But then on the same Snapchat, like the next morning, she wakes up and she posted, a picture of her at chapel and her doing devotions, and then her scripture writing, which is great, and I hope she has like that strong of a faith. But it just seems kind of hypocritical that on her same Snapchat story she has like these two extremes of kind of actions.
Rachel, why do you think these other people's actions and kind of the faith aspect are so important to you?
I think that's a good question. I think it may be because I can almost find myself maybe relating on a certain level, and I'm not perfect either, so maybe, I don't know, I'm hoping other people aren't thinking about me the way I'm thinking about her, maybe? I don't know.
Wow, that really makes sense. I think a lot of people at Hope are actually struggling with the same thing as you. And I think maybe if you just get someone to question it a little more, you can kind of just figure it out.
That's good. Thank you, Ross. I really appreciate you asking these good questions.
Absolutely.
Ross, hey, how's your
Hey,
summer?
Rachel. Good question. That's actually a loaded question, too, because my summer was like a roller coaster of emotions.
Explain.
So I am a Spanish minor, and I've been meaning to study abroad in Spain because it's kind of required, but it's kind of more for like peace of mind for me because I think like to kind of learn Spanish, you kind of need to like immerse yourself in the culture.
Right.
But the only problem is immersing yourself in that culture is really, really scary. So this summer I decided to take the leap of faith, and I went to Spain for 2 months to take classes. Yeah, so in Sevilla, Spain, and it was really, really scary. I actually struggled a lot. So I didn't know a single person, a single soul, no one from Hope, no one from back home or anything. Just me going over there and taking classes through a program with some other American students and some Spanish students, only Spanish professors. But it was like really, really scary. I actually had a really hard time with it for a long time. I still kind of do a little bit just because I was so out of my comfort zone. And it was a good experience, but it was also like a really like almost a bad experience in some ways just because I was so far out of my comfort zone and I grew a lot. But it was a really stressful time in my life for sure.
I would say, good for you for going. I mean, from the sounds of it, that type of situation, I think anyone would feel scared and kind of overwhelmed. So I don't think you're wrong in those feelings at all. I would, if anything, I would feel the exact same way. I hope that, I mean, it turned out to be good for you. I mean, it seemed like an awesome experience. I think, if anything, you should feel empowered that you had the strength and the courage to go through that and pursue it no matter how scared you were. That's awesome. Good for you, Ross.
You're really right. I think I needed to hear that from someone because I do feel empowered now because it was a hard thing to do and I feel a lot better about it. So thank you, Rachel.
Yeah.